I'm moving. Still tweaking with stuff yet. Set my skid shoes down some more so it doesn't cut us short. Still screwing out the conditioning pressure. I think I have it where I want it now, but I got a little bit more knife tilt now. Leeway, I should say. It's so hard to tell how short I'm cutting yet. I'll know when I get to the end how short I'm cutting it. Trying to look along the edges when I'm going. Yeah, didn't get a chance to roll these fields this spring. Need more dirt mounds. I hit more dirt mounds than what I like to. But boy though, this second small field I'm cutting, and man, this even had cows on it last fall. I forget when we seeded this in alfalfa. Was it 2020? I think. 2021, of course, didn't get a very good stand at all, and yeah. Of course, in the cows in here last fall, then this was just like a lawn, dirt. Boy, with an actual, I guess that's one good thing about all these rains we've had. This stuff just took off. Unbelievable. I think it's okay. Yeah, I finally got some more header tilt leeway now. Putting those skid shoes, they're in the middle position now. I think that looks a little bit better now. A little bit more height. Still cutting it short enough. I want to check the, I got one of those speed sensors, those infrared things. I want to check the knife speed, because it shows 1300 RPM right now, or 1400 roughly RPM. I don't know if that's because it's measuring rotation of the knife shaft coming off the motor is where that sensor's at, so it's measuring that, but I don't know how much that equates to for strokes per minute. I got no idea, so I'm just curious on that. Like on on the swather head, that shows revolutions on the motor, and you just double that speed to get the strokes per second, since the thing is mounted right on the motor. But since this thing is belt driven, you know, it's just measuring the speed coming off one of the pulleys. So wow, that is nuts. What a year to have a Haybine head. Wow. What a year. I think it's feeding in a little bit nice. I lowered that push bar just one setting. I think it's feeding in the alfalfa. I mean, this alfalfa's tall. It's over 2 feet tall in some places. It's trying to learn as I go. Like I say, I've never run a crimper at all, so I don't know what everything I'm looking for. So yeah, I wish these fields would have gotten rolled. Man, does that suck. I'm gonna run over that many more dirt mounds and everything, so that's pretty much what it does. Cutting okay. Height-wise, I'm just trying to, you know, I was trying to get pretty short cut, but not too terrible. Don't want to dig in dirt. part of the knife. Yeah, I did up the reel speed a little bit, one turn. So it pretty much one turn on, it's on the low speed pulley right now, so it one turn adjustment turn of that is 4 RPM, so bumped it up a little bit faster, and did go make one round around this field with the bar mower just to test the waters. I mean, literally test the waters, low spots, and then cut along the tree row then, because I don't want it. There's some down branch there too. I wanted to use the bar mower on that instead. I don't think the, yeah, I wish I knew what the strokes per, I mean, at full engine throttle, supposedly the knife will be running at around 1800 strokes a minute, supposedly at full engine speed. I'm at about 1900 RPM. Yeah, it might be little pebbles here. Let's tilt back a little bit. Yeah, this hill is bad. Pebbles. Yeah, it's a lot easier doing these screwy areas with this thing than it is with a bar mower, that's for sure. Turn on a dime and go. Man, this ground is soft all the way up the hill here. Really, it's still leaching yet from over here yet. It's just ridiculous. Man, what a, depends on the weather this year. Should have a heck of a hay crop this year. Much needed too. Especially after last year, 2020 really wasn't the greatest unless you had some, you know, lower lying areas. Then it was decent then, but much needed year for hay. Yeah, even soft in here right now. Wow. I think I got the conditioners right where I want them now. They're doing a good job, and I'm not getting as much banging anymore. There's like sometimes a loud bang sometimes. I don't know if it was a wad going through or too much going through. Now it's seems like it's, I just wasn't sure if it was the knife doing that or conditioner. I couldn't tell, but I think it's a lot better now. It's not like a disc spine. I mean, yeah, you know, it's just one of those things, but for how much I need this thing for, though, like, I don't know, maybe some year I'll have a disc spine, some year, but might have to sell this machine first, though. Wow, wow, wow. That is crazy. This is one of those things I guess I never dreamt of ever having a Haybine head, you know, self-propelled one that even for it, but I never dreamt of it till even just for a swath or two for grain crops, you know, thought we just mainly would just stay the pull type, but circumstances came up and just like, well, we need something a little bit better. Wow. Oh. just hear some comments now. Oh, you're going so slow or whatnot, and should have got a disc spine, and it's just like, no, I'm a-okay with this right now. And for what I need it for, I mean, I don't have thousands of acres to cover. You know, I don't know how much this head will see a year. I got no idea. It all depends. So while we bought this machine for swathing down crops for grain, that's when I started thinking, well, start looking for a Haybine head for it, giving it another use, and yeah, just looked at several used ones and even some pull types, but I just pulled the trigger on a brand new one instead. Then, since prices haven't gone up much for them, surprisingly, so I don't know where they're at now, but pretty much real similar to the speed of the bar mowers, roughly, give or take, but pretty similar. Pretty much the same, taking the same amount too, you know, 18 feet, give or take. Only difference is that when we rake and bale it, it's going to be only, you know, 36 feet worth of material instead of like 40, 42 feet. If, you know, with the bar mowers, take a bigger swipe with the rake then, but as long as this machine does what it's supposed to do, I mean, like I said, I essentially bought it to be able to have the crimping option, give us more opportunities to grow some other crops now. I have this option that gives me a few more ideas. Man, I am thoroughly enjoying this right now. Wow. Wow. Can't believe how well this field rebounded. I can't believe it. It's for seeding in 2020, it got stressed at the end of 2020. It was dry, didn't get a good stand the first year, and then of course last year, the drought, hardly nothing here. And the cows being in here then, decimating it, and now following year then, like, what the heck? Gee whiz. Even that June grass hasn't dried up yet. That is something. All that June grass is still green yet. I mean, I hate that grass to begin with. It's tough, and it's tough to cut, and you know, I mean, I think it's got good protein though, but I think you know, it's just that it dries up so quick if you don't get it in time, and it's kind of call it a nuisance grass because it kind of can take over. But it's like once the June grass dries up, the cows don't eat it anymore then. Sure beats looking behind though too. Yeah, I still gotta kind of look behind to just see the windrow and how it's cutting it. Wow. There's a lot going through right now. I was checking knife head temperature's a little bit, everything's doing okay, so man, this stuff is ridiculous here. It's pretty uneven here. There's a big gravel pit spoils, dirt mounds. Yeah, so it's pretty uneven here. I'm trying to do my best. Come down a steep slope, go up a steep, down, and reset them down. So you get down all the way, and then there's rocks. Then I gotta make sure I'm not digging too much. And yeah, God, this stuff is just thick. It's kind of matted down all over. It's just nuts. For being gravelly soil here. I mean, this is literal like gravel soil here. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta come with the bar mower at some point. I gotta mow the top of that hill. A bunch of stinkweed up there, as usual. It's always a bunch of stinkweed here. It's just, can't get to spray it because you really can't drive hardly anywhere, and can't mow it because of the rocks. So it's one of those things, just kind of control what I can. Just checking this a little bit. God, this is thick. Man. This stuff is just, it's just wet. The ground is wet yet even. The ground's damp. I mean, seriously. This'll take a couple days to dry down. This'll take a bit. So I got one more small field yet to do. I gotta check a low spike so I don't get stuck, and yeah, I think it's doing all right. I hope so. I hope so. This stuff is just, it was kind of matted too. It's just, wasn't really standing up tall. It's just matted. Yeah, it looks crimped pretty good. Just kind of just pretty limp. Pretty limp. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hey, mosquitoes, get out of here. That's what sucks about not being able to roll in the springtime. Badgers are digging there, there's rocks sitting on top. It's like a little mini rock pile there. Well, it's done what I wanted to get done today. Didn't do a whole lot, well, I'm showing I did this much, so I have 16 acres worth, so it's just two piddly areas and whatnot, so just slowly getting going, seeing how it's working. I do need to try to adjust something else yet. I noticed where the material's, you know, shorter material, doesn't like the feeding as good, so that bane I hear sometimes, or clunking sometimes, I guess just, it's clumps going through the conditioner rolls. I thought it was the knife doing that, but I think it's the conditioner rolls, so I gotta see if I gotta do some adjusting. Maybe I should open up that trap underneath a little bit more on the header, for, you know, debris and whatnot, like, you know, rocks and whatnot to fall before they hit the conditioner rollers. I might set that in the middle setting, so maybe it gets a little bit wider gap. Maybe some stuff will fall through then, some shorter stuff. On that, I don't know. I should maybe look at the auger a little bit too. I don't know if that can be set down a little bit lower. I don't think it's the reel. I think the reel is releasing just fine. But I gotta look into it though. It's kind of annoying when I get to some shorter stuff where I can go a little, probably go a little faster, and all of a sudden, you know, clunking it sporadically, just probably some wads going through the conditioner rolls, so figure something out there. So experiment a little bit. So other than that, though, when I'm going through, you know, some of the, you know, thicker alfalfa, whatnot, it's not a problem. It actually starts, I can actually start, you know, feel it on the engine a little bit, starts pulling down a little bit. Unless I should set the reel down a tiny bit more, set it down a little bit more, a little bit closer to the knife. Maybe even a little bit closer to the drum, but I don't know if I want to though, but I'll have to look into it. Do some more adjusting, so get it dialed in. So I think that's my one issue right now that I think is the only thing is light when they're shorter material doesn't want to feed in as good. So it's even possible to fix it or not. See what I can do.